Hi, my name is Mariah Crawford, and I'm studying to receive my bachelor's in science and special education. In this video, I will be discussing dispositions and which ones I possess, as well as which ones I need to work on in order to be a successful teacher. I will also discuss some qualities I believe professional educators should uphold. So let's get into it. I currently work as a teacher assistant in a special needs elementary classroom, and after going over the Dispositions self-assessment survey, I found that I hold some of these qualities in my current position and plan to uphold them in my future position as a teacher. One of these qualities is having belief in my students' ability to learn and setting realistic expectations and goals for these students. I understand that all children are on different levels academically, socially, and behaviorally. Because of this, it is important to know the student well so that you can strategize and come up with ways to engage them to meet their goals. For example, when we're on the carpet for a whole group lesson, and the lesson is about addition, I'm not going to expect each child to grasp this concept. Instead, I may have one child focus on identifying numbers. I may have another student focus on rote counting. I may have another student focus solely on staying on the carpet during this lesson, as one of their goals is to be present in class activities. Another important disposition is exercising ethical judgment. For example, one of my students is 7 years old but holds the IQ of an infant. This student is nonverbal and screams to communicate and swats at people to get their attention. She also pulls items such as books or toys off the shelves and walks away without picking them up. Someone with poor or unethical judgment might punish this child, either by getting upset with her or putting her in timeout for screaming, hitting, or being destructive. However, by using my judgment and looking at the situation from an understanding view, I am able to recognize that the student doesn't know any better, and I will instead redirect and try to reshape this behavior in a positive way. One disposition I could work on is the involvement of community and servant leadership in the classroom. It's important to teach students the importance of community, not only for socialization skills, but to set them up to be successful in the future. I also believe that students do better when they are put in a leadership role. Some ways I could incorporate these themes is by picking a community helper each week and studying the importance of this role and what they do to help us and others. I believe that understanding these roles can allow students to set future goals for themselves, and it will help them understand the dynamic and importance of a community. One way I would like to incorporate leadership in my classroom is by letting students take charge in a project relating to a topic they're struggling with. For example, if a student is having trouble keeping their hands to themselves, I may have them help me write a social story about keeping our hands to ourselves. Another way to incorporate leadership is to create a chart of classroom jobs and assign students weekly duties, such as turning the lights on and off, being the line leader, helping to pass out papers, wiping down tables, and other tasks that can let them feel in charge while learning valuable skills. There are many qualities that are important to hold as a professional educator. One of these is having patience. Everything won't always be on your time, and that's okay. If you ask a student to complete a task, it may take constant repetition and redirection until it gets done. If you're trying to teach a new concept and they seem not to grasp it, it's important to remember that consistency is key, and if you stay patient, firm, and believe in the child's abilities, eventually you will see progress. Another quality is the ability to relate to your students. Without forming a meaningful relationship, educators are unable to best suit students' needs. By understanding their personality types, intelligence types, interests, and things that may set them off, you are able to plan lessons and activities in a way that is stimulating to them. This will ensure that students are engaged in learning and will leave them with a positive attitude towards their academics. One more quality is the use of collaboration, whether it is collaborating with other educators or collaborating with students. It's also beneficial to view things from more than one perspective, and this can be incorporated by talking to other teachers about issues or conflicts you may be experiencing in your classroom so that you have various non-biased solutions. You can also listen to your students' suggestions and let them teach you which methods seem not to be working. This will allow you to improve functionality in the classroom and adjust teaching methods as needed. With a combination of these qualities, and by strengthening dispositions that I may be lacking, I will be able to best serve my students and create a harmonious learning environment. This now brings me to the end of my discussion on educational dispositions. Thank you for listening.